Welcome back. This is Answer Me This, part of the Fatherhood in Focus podcast. I'm Aidan, dad, host and founder of the Modern Fatherhood Club. Every week I'm going to ask you one uncomfortable question, not to shame you, but to sharpen you. Because this is about legacy, impact and the man that your kids actually see when you walk into the room. The world is happy for you to just cope. We're here to help you choose how you show up, how you lead and how you love. Before we dive in, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the podcast, hit subscribe on YouTube and head over to themodernfatherhoodclub.com where you can access our resources. They're built to support you from those early messy days right through to the years when they're shouting at you from across the room. All right, take a breath. This week's question is gonna test you. Let's get into it. This week, I want to talk about sacrifice, about owning up to the challenges that lie ahead, accepting that sometimes you need to step back to move forward. I thought if I just got to the next level, I'd feel something, success, significance, peace. But all I felt was distance, from my kids, from my wife, and from myself. That's when I knew it wasn't that I was weak, it was that I was climbing the wrong thing. I chased it, the job, the recognition, the title, the respect. I worked late, I delivered, I pushed harder than most, and it worked on the surface. But underneath, my family, they got the leftovers. Terry got the burnt out version of me. The boys, well, they got a distracted dad, an angry dad. And I got the paycheck. In 2026, we're both working. My wife, following her job move in September, is now at the peak of her powers. Me? Well, I'm in a role that gave me something different. Time, space, opportunity. In 2022, I stepped away from a chaotic role in favour of something lower key, more focused on delivering value, but without the seismic pressure and conflict that I often felt. A role working from home, time with my boys, deadlines that didn't leave me working into the night. Space to learn something different. The result? Not quite where I hoped to have landed 3 years on. And here is the thing that you need to get your head around. If you both go full tilt, what do you leave behind? We're in the place today where I have the opportunity to cover what's needed at home, still perform, but more importantly, I get to spend time with the boys. I get to see them develop and I get to see them differently. I'm closer to the action. I'm exposed to their outbursts, their chaos, the joy, the laughter and the frustration. But I'm also in the thick of it, right? I'm no longer burned out or bummed out. I'm happier. I'm smiling more and I'm laughing more. But did I have to let go of something to get to this place? It wasn't physical, and if I'm honest, I still wrestle with it sometimes. But what I had to let go of was ego. In 2022, I pulled right back, all because I had a bigger goal. From time to time, yes, I still feel conflicted. Today, I miss the banter, the buzz of the office, the pressure sometimes, the challenge, the camaraderie. But is that because I pulled back? Or is that just now the nature of the role that I find myself in? Look, sometimes my skills are overlooked and underappreciated at times. My expertise at times is also sidelined. Today, I'm not faced with the pressure, but I'm also at risk of losing exposure to those things that drive me, the challenge, the targets, the buzz. And when I find myself in that place, I have to weigh up three things. Is this my end goal? Are my children better off with me in the room and on the front line and involved in the things that matter? And what's more important to me? Our collective progress or my personal progress? So I want you to think about it. And I want you this week to answer this question. What did you have to let go of to become the father they need? See, there's a big push in the UK and there's a lot of noise around equal parenting. But are we really understanding the narrative, the impact on men, the confidence of young and us older dads? Are we clear on the sacrifices that are being made? And I suppose the bigger question is, if we're in a committed relationship with the mother of our children and standing shoulder to shoulder, can we really both flourish, or does one always have to take a knee? Now, to be clear, I've not made my mind up on this yet. I'm still trying to work it through. I think some of it is because I'm juggling multiple things and progress in other areas has been slow. But here's where I'm at today. You have to look at everything. What is adding value? Where is it adding value? Where is the pressure? What is the pressure doing to you, your partner, and your kids? What's no longer worth your time? What's contributed to you feeling more alive in the past? And what's drained you of your resources? And where are you right now? What is impacting your ability to give them what they need? How is the conflict, if you feel conflicted, contributing to the mood at home? Have you or your partner taken a knee for the collective benefit of your family? And are you giving them what they need? Is that enough, not just for them, but for you too? Are you restless? And what is the force that's behind that restlessness? A lot of questions, right? All of which I think are valuable, all of which I think have to be answered. Why? Because you need to know who you are today, what lights you up, and what drains you. You need to know where the pressure is coming from and how it influences how you show up. Let me put it this way. Are you satisfied with your lot, or do you have more to give? I'm not talking about financial opportunities. Of course they help. But I'm talking comfort. Comfort in the silence. The ability to stay calm under pressure. An understanding of your collective progress as a family. As someone who stepped back, my biggest frustration is that we are guilty of telling people to step back, but we don't give them the tools to better understand the why behind that decision and how it could play out and ultimately influence the man that they are. I think once you understand sacrifice and evaluate where you are, then that's when you can let go of the things that drain your resources. I think most of us think we can still do it all, but there comes a time when people and things no longer create the same reason to keep doing them or seeing them. It's not because they no longer mean anything. It's because they don't serve you in the same way. Think of it like this. This is a chance to audit life right now so that it better serves you and them in the future. You know, am I holding on to the things that drive distance between me and them? Am I focused on the wrong things? Am I drained because I'm not clear on our future? Because you don't evolve by doing more. You evolve by letting go of the weight that keeps you from showing up when they need you to. Full transparency, I've outgrown a lot of stuff, but mainly it's the things and people that create a stressful environment for me, the boys, and Terry. And you have to get there. You have to weigh up what's important and how it's going to impact those you love. One of the hardest things that I had to admit, well, I was chasing validation from people who didn't value me, just what I could deliver in that moment. When I didn't play their game, I stopped being seen. And every time I bent, every time I swallowed what I should have said, I lost a piece of myself. That kind of pursuit, it doesn't elevate you. It hollows you. Imagine what it shows your kids. I got away with it in 2020. The boys were small. But as we turn the cover towards Q2 in 2026, I have to be more vigilant and understand where we're heading and what is distracting me. For a large part, my boys don't care about my title. They care about my time, my laughter, my energy, my presence. Terry doesn't want a burned out, bummed out, stressed out husband. She wants her partner back, her teammate, She wants a man who has the ability to make the right choices and be clear on how those choices play out and what impacts his mood can have on those that matter. So if we look at it in this way, I haven't given up. I've made a choice to step back. That choice, though, underpins the strength of our family. That choice means I chose them. That choice means I know exactly where I'm heading and what I'm focused on. I chose them, her, my future. For now, I have to put the ego to one side. I have to take the hit in the short term because the long game is what matters. The objective remains the same. I'm not giving up, but I am in the moment choosing to give better to the people that matter. I let go of that corporate ladder, not because I couldn't climb, but because it led me somewhere I didn't want to go. Now, I'm still working, I'm still building, but it's mine, my vision, my pace, my fire, my love for something. I remain committed to my progress, committed to the people that I work alongside, committed to furthering the collective interests of those that I work with. Today, I'm on form. Not because I'm making more, but because I'm giving what matters most to the people that matter most. What do you think? Are you in a place where you've taken the knee? Are you the captain that holds that team together? Are you the go-to person when the chips are down? Fatherhood is about leadership. It's about understanding that some things run their course and others add value and other things and people don't. Just remember, you've got one shot at this life and no company gets to write your legacy. Your kids do, your partner does, you do. So build a life where your energy matches your values. Let go of the ladder that never saw you and start climbing towards that something that makes you and them feel alive. Before we go, think about it. What's been the hardest thing to let go of? Not because you miss it, but because it made you feel important, even when it wasn't good for you. What habit, relationship, obligation, or identity used to give you a sense of worth, but now you know it's the thing that's pulling you away from presence, peace, and power. I pursued the next level. It cost me more than it gave me, and it never really saw me anyway. I didn't fail, I just woke up. And now, the decisions that I'm making aren't just professional, they're profoundly personal. I am no longer offering my best energy to the people that see me as replaceable. Because my boys and my wife need to see the sides of me that are irreplaceable. And that, my friend, is the great impact that we have. That is the line in the sand. It's a place where clarity lands. It's the pivot that enables us to focus on the little things that move our family and their futures forward. Thank you for listening. I hope you got something from today's episode. Audit what's in front of you. What value is it bringing? Who and what is draining your resources? Fatherhood demands bravery. Bravery is built on good decision making. Decisions that make the difference to those we love the most. From time to time, you might feel conflicted about the decisions that you've made. But if they are rooted in the things that you love, you can have absolute confidence to stay on the path that you're leading them on. My friend, I'm here because I lost sight of what was important and it almost cost me everything. But that challenging time, it taught me about duty. It taught me to live aligned to the things that matter and to never overlook the small stuff and my impact on their world. I've made mistakes. I've missed moments. But I'm not letting them define me. I'm fighting for a future that serves my kids, my wife. It doesn't have to be the one that looks good on paper. It's the one that makes us smile. Remember, this isn't about making sweeping changes. It's simply about taking steps forward today, one more tomorrow, and doing it every single day. Because when you start, that is the difference. That gives you that chance to change their future. And when you look back, the thing you can reflect on is the bond that you share. As always, Write it down, dive into the detail, and create something so powerful and unique that you cannot wake up and not move toward it. All right, there was loads of questions for you to consider in this week's episode. But the most important thing is you've just spent a few minutes doing what most of us avoid. Slowing down, being honest, and looking at how you're really showing up to those that matter. Remember, your kids, they're not searching for the perfect man. They just need an honest one. A dad who's willing to reflect, reset, and lead from the front, even when he's tired, under pressure, or just coping more than he'd like to admit. If this episode landed for you, please subscribe to the podcast. Join us at themodernfatherhoodclub.com. Hit subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss any of our future episodes. And if you haven't, please head over to themodernfatherhoodclub.com where you can grab some of our free resources and reflection questions. And I want you to check out, if you're about to become a dad, the Ultimate New Dad Toolkit. Plus, the New Dad Recharge for those of you that are ready to realign your priorities and your energy. One more. The Antenatal Course for Dads is on its way. Look, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But we're committed to leading with confidence, strength, openness, and heart. We are committed to giving our kids the version of us that's present, not just productive. Thank you for listening, for reflecting, for doing the hard work. This is the Modern Fatherhood Club. This is Answer Me This, part of the Fatherhood in Focus podcast. Lead from the front. Never underestimate the power that you have over who they become. And I'll see you in the next episode.